Most movie fight scenes are pure choreography, but Jack Reacher's combat style is built on a real-world system designed to end fights in seconds. In Jack Reacher, you'll notice something different. He doesn't throw flashy combinations. He doesn't dance around opponents. He closes distance, shields his head, explodes forward, and overwhelms attackers before they even understand what's happening. That's not random aggression. That's Keysi. Keysi is a brutal, street-focused combat method built around survival, tight defense, and devastating counterattacks. It's designed for chaos, multiple attackers, tight spaces, zero rules. And Reacher uses it exactly the way it was meant to be used. Controlled pressure, ruthless efficiency, no wasted motion. Today, we're breaking down the exact technique Reacher uses to dismantle opponents, how the signature Pensador guard works, why his close-range strikes are so effective, and how Keysi turns defense into pure offense. This isn't Hollywood fantasy. This is calculated violence with structure behind it. Let's break down what's really happening when Reacher steps into a fight. The first thing you'll notice is his posture. He doesn't square up like a traditional boxer. He doesn't bounce like an MMA fighter. Instead, he brings his forearms up around his head, elbows tight, chin tucked. This is the Keysi Pensador position, Spanish for the thinker. It looks defensive, almost passive, but it's actually a launch pad. The genius of the Pensador is protection without retreat. In real fights, not sport fights, not cage fights, most damage comes from wild, unpredictable punches. People swing hard and fast, usually aiming for the head. The Pensador shell absorbs and deflects that chaos. The forearms act like armor. The elbows stay ready as weapons. The head is shielded while the fighter moves forward, not backward. And that's the key. Reacher doesn't back up. He crashes forward. That forward pressure does two things immediately. First, it overwhelms the attacker's timing. Most people expect resistance or distance. Instead, Reacher collapses the space. Second, it eliminates long-range strikes. Hooks and crosses lose power when there's no room to extend. Suddenly, the fight becomes close quarters, and that's where Keysi thrives. Now look at his strikes. They're short, tight, brutal. He's not throwing pretty combinations. He's driving elbows, hammer fists, head control, knees. These are compact weapons designed for confined environments, bar fights, alleyways, parking lots. Keysi was built around the reality that you might be surrounded against a wall or dealing with multiple attackers. Watch how Reacher turns defense into offense. From the Pensador guard, he absorbs a punch on the forearm and immediately rotates his torso into an elbow strike. That rotation generates power from the core, not just the arm. It's efficient. There's no wasted motion. One movement flows into the next. Shield, rotate, strike. And because his hands stay close to his head, he's never exposed during the transition. Another detail most people miss: head positioning. Reacher constantly uses his head as a tool, not for reckless headbutts, but for pressure. He pins opponents with it. He crowds their balance. In close quarters, whoever controls the head usually controls the body. Keysi emphasizes this heavily. The fight becomes about dominance of space, not just punches. Now let's talk about multiple attackers. In several scenes, Reacher faces more than one opponent. Notice he never stands in the center trading blows. He angles himself so that one attacker blocks the other. He moves in sharp bursts, striking one target decisively before shifting. Keysi trains fighters to think in 360 degrees. Threats aren't just in front of you. That's why the guard stays compact. It allows constant mobility without sacrificing protection. There's also a psychological layer. Reacher's style feels relentless. He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't posture. The moment violence starts, he commits fully. Keysi encourages controlled aggression, not emotional rage, but decisive action. In real altercations, hesitation creates vulnerability. Reacher eliminates that gap. And here's something else. He targets structure, not just pain. Instead of headhunting every second, he attacks balance. Knees to the thigh, body shots, shoulder drives. When someone loses structure, their striking power drops instantly. That's why his opponents seem to crumble quickly. He's dismantling their foundation before delivering finishing blows. Compare that to traditional movie choreography. Hollywood often exaggerates wide swings, spinning kicks, flashy sequences. Reacher's fights feel heavy and grounded because they're built on principles that actually work under stress. Cover, close distance, overwhelm, neutralize. Keysi was originally developed with self-defense in mind. Chaotic environments, unpredictable aggression, minimal rules. It's not about scoring points. It's about surviving and ending the threat fast. That's why Reacher rarely throws more strikes than necessary. Once an opponent is compromised, he disengages or shifts targets. Efficiency over spectacle. Even his breathing and pacing matter. He doesn't rush blindly. There's rhythm, explosive entry, controlled follow-up, immediate reassessment. That rhythm keeps him from gassing out and keeps the advantage firmly in his control. So when you watch those fight scenes again, don't just see brute strength. See the structure. See the guarded entry. See the elbow rotations. See the head positioning. See the environmental awareness. It's calculated. That's what makes Reacher dangerous. Not size alone, not toughness. It's a system built for pressure and executed with zero hesitation. And once you understand that system, you realize something important. He's not just fighting. He's solving the problem in front of him as fast and as efficiently as possible. So the next time you watch Jack Reacher walk into a room full of threats, pay attention to the details. It's not just brute force. It's not random aggression. It's structure, pressure, and ruthless efficiency built on a real-world combat philosophy. The Pensador guard, the forward crash, the elbows, the head control. Every movement has a purpose. That's what makes it so effective and so dangerous. If you want to see more breakdowns of real fight systems hidden inside your favorite movies, hit subscribe and drop a comment with the next character you want analyzed. Because once you start seeing the technique behind the action, you'll never watch fight scenes the same way again.